Welcome to the Guangzhou Chronicles. Today is June 26th, and it is
approximately 8:06.
It is 8:06. And today, what is this, the 13th
Money
episode?
just changed everything. I wonder how life without it would
Today
go.
was a rainy day in Guangzhou. It was a rainy, successful, and tiring day. So I'll let Obi start off by telling you about our day.
So what is, I want to state out from the get go is that I do really not more than appreciate. I'm truly like inspired every time that it seems like everything I and Daniel set out to do, we actually believe we can do it. It's kind of a strange thing. You may think that's always aspect. No, we literally think we can do whatever we think up. And so today we conducted a group interview. I was thinking the other day that half the things we've never done before, but we've gone about it like we've done it before. And we've gone about it so professional that people think we're from like the UN or think we're part of some organization or whatever. And I just, want to send that out straight up. Thank his family bringing, or I thank my family bringing for making us so being able to adjust to so many situations. So our first group interview, we told you Friday we planned it all out. It went exceptionally well, systematically well. It was done with so much professionalism and not too many mistakes that I was surprised myself. So we woke up, we relaxed for a while.
You want to tell them about the dreams?
Oh yes, that's huge. Backing it up. Apparently, for some reason, every single day we've been here in Guangzhou, every night, after the end, we've been having strange, very violent, and intense dreams. As if I'm not gonna go any further, but people who do consume a little bit of you get vivid dreams. But every time here in Guangzhou, we've been having very, very vivid, strange, and violent dreams. Daniel,
alcohol consumption.
Without alcohol consumption, and Daniel had last night.
We're not gonna go into the
literally flipped out. I think he was in.
We're not going.
We're not going into, but it's alarming because both of us has been having very disturbing dreams.
Yeah.
Very disturbing dreams, like very violent, disturbing dreams. I had a dream that I let down everybody. It was very disturbing, and so we just commented like almost every day, every night. We've been having like usually you don't have dreams all the time. I do dream a lot, but every dream is just like we wake up and we're like happy to be awake. I'm happy to be awake. I'm like, God, thank God that's over. Like I don't have control of our dreams anymore. And then we sometimes share it because they're very important. We do share a lot of information, and feelings, so we can be able to know where we are, psychologically. So be able to so we can understand how we're going to conduct research and know how to work with each other. So we do talk about it. So that was one thing we've kind of figured out, that we've been having very interesting, vivid dreams, not normal dreams, and so we're not too excited about that. But moving on, after that we ate breakfast. Breakfast was pretty hearty. It was good. And then we prepared, and then we went over. Then it started pouring, yeah, very heavily. We got our dawn on our white, button-ups, black pants, and we went very professional. It started pouring, but we made our way there. We were early. We waited. We conducted the group interviews. It went well. It was intense. It was long. I need to check the audio, but it went extremely well. But we left like very much. It was so much, you're getting the way you get into the lives of these people. I didn't when I read about interviews that it's resource resource intensive. And I said like what, like money, but the resource intensive that I'm beginning to feel, it takes a lot out of you, physically and mentally. You're listening. Sometimes if the situation is politically sensitive or emotionally sensitive, it takes a lot of your energy. You can get really involved. It can really take you in, and It's very rough.
So at this stage of the research, I think we're really seeing it's hard to maintain the um, objective basis that is so essential to doing research in a social science discipline or in any discipline, for that matter. Um, because you're hearing people's stories, and these stories are of harsh cruelties. They're stories that you heard many stories of racism, of discrimination, of 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 people feeling like they are less than, like they're being treated as if they're less than human, and it takes an emotional toll on us as researchers, and I think we're starting to see that it's pretty hard to remain totally objective and not to get into some friendships
Yeah.
or personal aspects of this. Um, so especially with community that's been pretty open, once you get past little idiosyncrasies of the community, of outside appearances, kind of shady, nonchalant, whatever. Once you get past that and take away that layer, it's a pretty open community, and it's really hard to be. It's starting to really be hard to be objective into. Um, it's probably going to be hard to write an objective paper on this, but so yeah, everything's getting a little emotionally tolling. Also, just being here in Guangzhou, where the people look at you, frankly, as black people, they stare at you constantly, and I guess in the society there are no norms against constant staring or whatever. It's just something that they do, and it's alienating it to a certain extent, and it takes away from the normalcy that you should feel when you're in a place where we've been here, 13, 14 days,
Yeah.
whatever. So that's a little hardships that we're going through in the research, but our research is going wonderfully. We're ahead of schedule. We've got 14 interviews. We've had 14 participants and counting. We'll probably get a lot more. Um, we might even plan, if we're going to Hong Kong, we might even plan to meet with an influential researcher at the time. We have to put that in line. So everything's going well. Um, Anything to add?
No, you said everything. Keeping an objective distance from the research. Because we're doing research. On these African subjects, but the society, the Chinese local society, are seeing us as Africans. When I was in Beijing, you were considered, when you see a black, you think you're just a black American. Here, people do see us as African. So it's a very different change. It's a very different change how we're being seen, a certain way. And then when we engage with the community, as if we were Africans, when you talk about how the community is very welcoming, is to an extent where you feel almost a part of it. Daniel got this, the African handshake snap.
Very close.
He got it. Like, before he was horrible. Then he was trying it. Now we go in and it's just like almost as for brothers. So we were both going through it at different points to try to create that distance between us and the research, because it's taking a lot on us, and then dealing with being considered an outsider in society. The only thing I'm unhappy a little bit about, Dan's Lambright's first time out, in East Asian side of the world, and I wish we were doing more, engaging stuff. Because we went to another place to check out another living situation. That place was like a strip of, clubs, bars, very different international people we started to see. I say this is the more environment that I would wish Daniel Lambert was exposed to when, like I was in Beijing, where it's more live. There's more young people. You can talk to people. People are much more nicer. It's a little bit easier instead of conducting research, getting into people's lives where it's very hard, and dealing with a kind of business driven city that's can be very impartial. So I think that's a great first time experience. But we're still loving it here. We're still having a good time. It's just that um, after such a successful day in the beginning, it became steadily harder. The rain, the distance, the movement, the alienation. It becomes a little rough. But we've had some interesting situations.
Oh, the door.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. Pardon that. So Daniel, this is one episode where this one thing that happens today. Daniel, the train is. We found the train that we're supposed to go to. And Daniel, it looks like it's been there for a while. And Daniel just just quickly shoots into the subway door. And he didn't tell me. I was like, and as soon as he goes through, the light starts blinking, and the doors are closed. So I shoot. And I just launched myself. The lady that was standing there,
Security.
the security
tried
to grab me. I'm like, I just pushed past and get in there. My backpack, almost got closed on me.
Because the doors don't open.
So the doors don't open. The doors, you know how subway doors they might close and then stop. These doors don't stop. They close. That's why they don't allow you can't catch a subway like that. So I'm in my my backpack, and Daniel, we're going, and Daniel just boom, and I'm like, oh slash, and I take off, and then Daniel makes it, and then the light goes beep beep, and that is a woman, boom, and I just launched myself in the door. The door closes, almost catches my backpack. It goes doo doo, and I run my way through, and I'm like, oh my goodness, can you imagine if it got stuck? I'd have been going with the subway. It was crazy. That was probably one of the craziest days. We probably have more, but that was probably the craziest moment. I was just like, Daniel, what was that? That was so unlike Daniel to just, that. And I wish he would have just cheer, you guys, the people who do know that, at least cheer, cheer, and I would have been more active, But then we finished with that subway, and then we're coming. We're trying to make it. We went the wrong way. We're trying to go back, and it's happening again. The door's been there, and Daniel started to move quickly. So I started moving "Come on, Daniel, let's go." And I was like, "No, we're not doing that again." And so that was probably one very interesting little event, and it was funny. We were laughing about it very loudly in the subway when we were talking about it. But everything's going all right, and then we came back. It's dark. It's a little drizzly. Yeah, it's always dark here.
It's always drizzling.
Dark and drizzly. Yeah, always drizzly. I need to get a umbrella. I think I need to get an umbrella. But everything's going all right. We're doing okay, guys. So, if anything, is there anything else we need to talk about here?
No. That's pretty much it. So, as always, until tomorrow, 再见。
再见。